Hi everyone, Jessica here. It is day 58 of my 100-day meditation journey. I did my meditation earlier this morning and it was interesting because I had some really cool insights like even the 20-minute mark. And of course my brain was trying to grasp on those insights because I thought these would be great for the video and I got to remember them. But before I got to the 20-minute mark, someone knocked at the door and I had to take care of that. And then I came back to it after taking care of that. And it was interesting because after that, like, I wasn't busy in my mind, but I was like, I think on the verge of dreaming. So these weird scenarios were in my head, but they weren't me. It wasn't people I knew. It was just like I was watching a movie or something. But what I wanted to share instead was something that's currently going on with me right now. Is I was just out running a bunch of errands and I had eaten a little late lunch and was completely fine, and wasn't having an issue until I was at Walgreens and I was on my way out, and of course they put all the snacks and goodies up front for you to peruse as you head to the checkout. And I saw this big old island full of chips, and that's my big weakness. And I'm trying to get back to a healthier diet because it does help me in so many ways, not just physically, but I think mentally I'm clearer, and so I'm doing so much better than I had been. But I saw those chips and I was just like, oh my God. And I thought, well, if I have chips, I have to have a soda because chips and soda is my thing. And I thought, that became one step too many. So I just kept going and I ignored it. But then I got home and all I could think about was getting salt. Like, chips sounded awesome. And I said, oh, I've got some good kind of natural popcorn at home. I'll maybe get that and have a little of my kombucha with it, because that way I'll get that bubbly taste with the salt, and maybe that'll satisfy my cravings without going too overboard. And as I looked for the popcorn, I didn't have it anymore. It was already gone. So I was like, oh my gosh, oh. So I was thinking, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get all the chips and all the soda that they have and eat it all tonight. And I mean, that's really how I was feeling. I guess it was a pretty intense craving. I thought, you know what, I need to be with this for a moment. My mind first wanted to busy myself with other things, not just busy work, but things that I do want to work on, like my art that I'm working on right now, or working on Spanish online. I thought, I'll do that. I'll be productive and I'll distract myself from what I'm feeling. And I thought, it's not really what I need to do. I need to sit and be with whatever's going on right now, not necessarily act on it, but just sit and be with it. So I said, I'm going to sit for 20 minutes. And if at the end of that, I still really want some chips, I'll go get some chips. So I just sat and I was like, kind of working through what was going on. Well, I wanted some chips. I wanted some crunchiness. I wanted some salt. But what that quickly led to was, when I do eat snacks like that, the first thing I do is watch TV, or I'll watch a movie or a program or something, and that's just not an option right now. And so it would just be me sitting here eating chips with nothing else going on. And that just seems weird. Like, I don't ever just sit and eat chips for the enjoyment of just the chips. And I'm like, so why do I do that? If it's not with a meal or something, or I'm hanging out with people, if I'm eating chips alone, I've got to have something else going on. I can't just sit and eat chips. And I realized that it's a comfort that participating in those two activities together, I'm usually pretty relaxed and having a good time, enjoying myself. And so there's a comfort to both of those things, especially when they're together. And, whenever I'm watching TV, it seems like I've got to find a snack. Or if I have a snack, I might as well sit down and watch a little TV. And so for some reason, there was a craving for comfort today. And I'm not 100% sure what that's about, other than I was on the phone with my vet today about, and my voice is getting all scratchy, so maybe I hit the right topic. Talking about Molly, and she's just getting older, and there seems to be just some issues with that. And I'm at that point where I'm starting to think, is this the point where things don't get better ever, and it's just my job to make sure she's comfortable, or are we still at a point where we can make things better and get her up to a really healthy state? And that thought coming up, I got choked up earlier today, and so maybe I didn't take enough time to really sit and be with that and allow those emotions to come up. And so my body has this craving for comfort, and my natural go-to method for that is food and TV. And so rather than jump for those methods, I can instead find other ways of comfort, of self-soothing, of being with those emotions and allowing them to come up, instead of trying to put a stopper on them and distract myself from them in other ways. So just kind of an interesting, that's the first time I've done that and stuck to it, of before indulging in a craving, like actually just sitting and being with the craving and allowing it to be, rather than having to satisfy it immediately. So kind of an interesting thing. I wonder out there if you guys have any addictions, and what it might look like if you took a few minutes the next time you feel a craving for, whether it's Netflix for you, or Facebook, or food, or cigarettes, or booze, whatever it is for you. There can be even healthy distractions. Some people go to the gym as a distraction and beat the hell out of something in order to distract themselves from their emotions. So it's not necessarily these typical vices we think of. There's all like I was going to use, my Spanish work or my art as a distraction. So those aren't things that are bad for me, but they can be used as a distraction from feeling the moment. So take a look at what kind of things you might use as distraction, and can you take just 5 minutes before indulging and see what's going on here. So take care, everybody. That's day 58. I'll see y'all tomorrow for 59.